I'll tell you something here, guys. I don't understand why McIntyre would agree to get into a cage.
He's 3-0 in steel cages in his career.
I don't care. He's a good-looking guy. You can be a good-looking guy, and after a steel cage match, you ain't good-looking anymore.
Ugly. Nasty. Steel cage.
Introducing first, from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 275 pounds, Drew McIntyre!
Couple prior steel cage matches in Saturday night's main event history. Both included Hulk Hogan, one against Paul Orndorff, the other against the big boss man. Drew McIntyre is on a mission to destroy Damian Priest.
What these two men are about to do to each other inside of it, it's about to be tough to watch, I do believe, Buddy.
Well, you know, the object is to escape, but I got the feeling neither one of these guys give a damn about escaping.
For Drew McIntyre, this started a couple years ago at WrestleMania when he won the World Championship. Held it for just over 5 minutes before Damian Priest cashed in Money in the Bank to take the title from McIntyre. And ever since then, these men have detested one another.
The thing about this too, Pat, remember this. When a cage match happens, you're not going to see much wrestling.
All fight.
Exactly. I've been in a few of them in my career, and there's something that you kind of want to forget about.
And his opponent, from New York City, weighing in at 249 pounds, Damian Priest!
You know, recent history between these two. Priest eliminated McIntyre from the Rumble, eliminated McIntyre from the Chamber. McIntyre caused Priest to be eliminated from the Chamber. McIntyre won at WrestleMania. They were in a fatal four-way war where a South of Heaven was delivered from the stands to a table. Priest had his teeth knocked through his cheek. McIntyre almost knocked out cold, serious neck injury from that, and tonight they do it inside a steel cage.
And like I said, I do not believe 35 years ago you would have had this on network television.
Well, you've got it tonight on NBC. Damian Priest, who recently had what he called the highlight of his career, and McIntyre wasted little time going right after Damian Priest, and a match will not start until they're locked in the cage.
Door has not been shut.
You know, they may not even get to the cage.
Well, they've been fighting all over the place. Just look at what happened on SmackDown last night.
Drew McIntyre said it's on site.
Uh-oh. Remember, no disqualifications in this matchup, and McIntyre going to take full advantage as he sends some steel chairs into the ring.
Bring some luggage with you inside that steel cage.
Door slammed shut, and the match is underway, and Priest catches him with a right hand. Any strategy, Jesse, in a match like this?
No, it's what it is, survival. This is about survival. Surviving in there, you're going to get your face rammed into the fence. You know, turnbuckles will be outdated right there. You know, you see that? He ain't looking to hit at the minute into a turnbuckle.
Oh!
He's looking to put his head through the fence.
So, Jesse, how do you mentally prepare yourself for going inside a steel cage off the flatliner?
Well, my best attitude was, get ready. You're going in there for the fight of your life, and it's survival. To me, you go in a cage, it's about surviving the cage.
One I was making earlier, I called it a career high when Damian Priest a couple of weeks ago, Pat, was inducted with a star on the Bronx, New York Walk of Fame. Said it was so important to him and his family. as Priest now looks to put McIntyre away.
Well earned, well deserved for Damian Priest as he's getting his eyes gouged by Drew McIntyre. No rules.
Again, everything legal in this matchup.
Yeah, that's the difficult thing here too. Your referee, the only thing the referee can do is count him out.
That's Stephanie LaShawn in this matchup as McIntyre has taken control. Drew claims that Damian is obsessed with him, that he's been drawn into the Drew McIntyre vortex. And now Priest set into the steel cage. McIntyre has taken over. Drew McIntyre trying to escape the cage here on Saturday night's main event, and Damian Priest trying to intercept. McAfee and Cole at ringside with the legendary Governor Jesse the Body Ventura enjoying this matchup tonight. And Jesse, it's been physical.
I will tell you this, I ain't so much enjoying it, I'm feeling the pain too.
Oh no, speaking of pain, Priest looks like he was gonna go for the razor's edge, and McIntyre just saved himself.
Hey, yo, that would have been game, set, match. Damian Priest would have been able to climb up over this fence and get the hell out of here. A lot of these guys have been eating steel here since the beginning.
McIntyre now, top rope. Priest able to duck underneath. Big kick by Priest. McIntyre back up. Priest catches him. Priest now, south of heaven choke slam. Priest for the win. Cover on McIntyre and a kick out at 2.
Whoa, 2.5.
And that is Priest's bread and butter move, Jesse.
But you know what? Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Indeed.
And bocce, and that is close right there.
Incredible atmosphere here tonight in Tampa. Saturday night's main event on NBC. Is this the final chapter in the rivalry between Priest and McIntyre inside a steel cage? Priest now maybe trying to escape up over the top. Both feet would have to hit the floor, and McIntyre playing defense.
Couldn't get the 1, 2, 3, so he said, I'm gonna climb the cage and get the hell out of here. Drew McIntyre says, I'll see you at the top.
I don't know, if he gets away, he'll make it.
Dangerous
but I
position
don't
here.
think he's getting away. McIntyre's got him hooked. He's got him hooked. He's looking to grab the tights and get a grip. When he gets that, oh yeah.
Superplex! Priest coming from the top of the cage.
Tip up Drew McIntyre!
And McIntyre is ready to put Priest away.
What a move that was, huh?
Looking for the Claymore. Claymore by McIntyre for the win inside the cage, and a kick out by Priest.
Tampa's on fire.
I'll tell you, I want to keep track of these referees and their timing on this 1, 2, 3.
Every ref has their own count. That's certainly a piece of information you have.
They all have their own count, but they need to be consistent with that count throughout the entire match.
Indeed it is. The sold-out crowd of the Yuengling Center in Tampa, Florida, roaring their approval for this steel cage match between McIntyre and Priest.
They're both down to guts right now. Look at, they're both out of gas.
Yeah, tremendous.
Nobody's got nothing left in the tank right now.
Well, they've been through wars, Jesse, over the past number of months.
I mean, just tonight, the tanks are emptying.
Well, maybe not. Second win perhaps coming from both McIntyre and Priest. And Priest using that martial arts background in a big right hand.
These men will fight forever, and they have, if you let them. Damian Priest.
And Priest now into the corner.
Every piece of his body's a weapon.
Oh, went for the Claymore. Priest hung on. Averted disaster there for the win. Another cover near fall. And McIntyre delivers his own south of heaven, taking Priest's move, and Priest able to kick out at 2. Jesse, what does McIntyre have to do?
Well, he's got to speed up the ref count.
Okay, obviously, other than that body, I think Drew McIntyre saw Damian Priest try to Claymore earlier and said, is that funny? I'm going to use your move, too. These two have fought each other so much, I assume they know each other inside and out.
Yeah, Priest.
And obviously, no one has any move patented to themselves, because certainly anyone can do anything in there.
Priest, as tough as they come, McIntyre now staring back down at the steel chair that he sent into the ring before this matchup even started. Now gonna use it as a weapon and right to the midsection of Priest. And unloading to the spine.
And then again, no disqualification. So the one and only time you can get away with that stuff in the ring.
Again, your point that the official only counts the pinfall as the submission in this matchup. Other officials outside the ring to see if both feet hit the floor.
Did they get a full paycheck then, if that's all they got?
Of course.
Putting themselves in danger, obviously. They're in a steel cage.
Jesse, they have the McAfee deal.
Okay.
Always get paid in full, brother.
They got the McAfee deal, huh? No, because, I mean, they don't have to do anything but count pinfall. I would think you'd get a discount on that.
Well, McIntyre now believes he's got this one won as he drags Priest back up.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, now, look at, now, the way that chair's positioned, this is how McIntyre beat Priest at WrestleMania. But tonight, the Claymore misses Priest. Into the chair goes McIntyre, and now it's Priest's opportunity.
With a chair. He goes low. Can he go high? Yep.
Oh, he's
And
thinking
Priest
something
now.
different.
Oh no, the chair right to the throat. And Priest now with another south of heaven. McIntyre having problems breathing here.
Might have trouble eating for the next few months, too.
Priest better quit looking around at the crowd and finish him off when he's got the shot.
Yeah, Priest has got a mouse growing under the left eye, and
he's dinging around too much.
Well, wait a minute. I believe he just doesn't want to pin McIntyre here. He wants to punish the man that's made his life a living hell for the last 2 years.
A concerto potentially here.
Well, McIntyre's in trouble.
He's thinking concerto, Cole.
Damian Priest with McIntyre. Isn't moving, center of the ring. Priest with said concerto. That is the same move that he used to eliminate his mentor, the man who invented the concerto, Edge, a number of years ago. And tonight, he uses it against his arch enemy, Drew McIntyre. And Priest now staring back at Drew.
He's wasting too much time.
Drew McIntyre has not moved. Damian Priest will walk out of the ring. Instead of pinning McIntyre, he'd rather deliver the ultimate insult, embarrassing McIntyre and waltzing out of the ring to win the steel cage match.
Wait a minute.
Is your winner, Damian Priest.
Wait a minute. How do you win it going out the door?
Well, that's the
I thought you had to go over the top.
About this
What
speed.
kind of BS is that?
Well, that's how the rules work.
He can walk out the door.
As we take a look at the match replay presented by Dude Wipes tonight. McIntyre, critical error there, and then this by Damian Priest. And listen, Priest could have defeated McIntyre with a pin here after this, Pat, the concerto, but Damian Priest, after all these two men have went through, wanted the satisfaction of being able to walk out of the cage on his own power with his head held high. A definitive victory tonight over Drew McIntyre.
I'll throw in there and say he walked out like a coward.
Well, that's your take, Jesse, of course, but nonetheless,
He could have at least gone over the top of the cage if he's going out.
McIntyre
He walks out the door. Give me a break.
the one who is being attended to by emergency medical personnel.
Boy, that was exciting, wasn't it? Walking out the door.
Well, that's how you win a steel cage match. Pinfall submission, escape, both feet hit the floor.
Turned his back on Drew McIntyre after the concerto and walked out on him, Body. He thinks it was probably a show of greatness, if you ask Damian Priest.
Well, he might think so, but I think he should have gone out over the top, not walk out the door.
Damian
I mean,
put Drew McIntyre in a position up.
why didn't he call up and have the limo driver waiting to open it for him?
Emergency medical personnel attending to McIntyre off the concerto.